This is the 8BitDo Pro 3. This is the third version of this controller, obviously, hence the 3 on the name. This controller is basically a hybrid of a Super Nintendo controller and a PlayStation controller. I loved the first two versions of this, but the question is, does the 8BitDo Pro 3 put itself above the older versions? Is it worth the upgrade? Is it worth $70 of your money? We're gonna talk about that in this video today. There's a lot we need to go over. This has a lot of new features. It's got some taken out that we need to talk about, but by the end of this video, you will know if you should be spending your $70 on this or not. All right, let's get the first thing out of the way here. You do not have to use these ball top sticks. You don't have to do that. They look cool. They're bright yellow. Obviously, it reminds you of like an arcade stick or something. They're more for show than anything. They are usable. They are not that comfortable. It does come with these regular sticks right here. They do have the metal rings around them, so you're not gonna get a bunch of plastic on plastic wear, which is really nice. I really do not like using any controllers that don't have that, at least, especially now that we've got the Pro controller for the Switch 2 and all that stuff it has going on in the sticks. It's a metal ring is a must. It's a necessity at this point for me. These sticks are very nice. They are TMR sticks. I'll tell you a little bit more about adjusting them and stuff later, but you're not gonna have to worry about drift with these. They're not too loose, they're not too tight. They're right about where I would like them. I tried this out in Fortnite. As far as aiming and stuff, I really like the amount of tension they have on them. So they are very good sticks. I like that. I wanna move up to the D-pad here. You can see the D-pads that 8BitDo makes are always good. Every controller that they have a D-pad on, it's basically a great D-pad. That's one of the things I think they're known for, really, is their D-pads. This one's a bit more tactile than something that's on like the Ultimate controller. This one is a little softer. This one's a little bit more clicky when you touch it. Both of them are the same general shape. They just feel a little bit because of what's underneath, but it's a very nice D-pad. Really, when you talk about 8BitDo and D-pads, you're really never gonna go wrong. As far as the rest of the controller goes, buttons, you're gonna get a lot of buttons on this thing. Now, obviously we've got the ABXY buttons. We're gonna come back to those. They have a little bit of a secret too. But you've got your start, select buttons here, which is basically gonna be your home button, and then you have a star, which is gonna be your capture button. You can use the star button with a couple different combinations to map buttons. If you hold the L4 button, star, and then the button that you want to put to that, you can do that. Let me tell you about the L4 and R4 buttons as well. They are extra buttons on the top. So you have your R2, your L2, your R1, your L1, but you also have L4 and R4. So you have two little buttons up here, which are like clicky little mouse buttons. You kind of got to reach over to get them. It is nice having an extra set of buttons up there. For me, with the way that this controller is set up, I probably wouldn't use them. I would use those for more of a situation where the controller didn't have clicky buttons for the trigger. It's got these little levers here that you pull over, so you can have the full travel if you want, or you can do this and you get a nice clicky. Let me see if you can hear this. So you get a nice grip on it. It's not rubber, it's still plastic. So if you're someone who likes a little bit of rubber back there to grip on, you're not getting that here. But the plastic is very nice. It feels good. There's another switch back here that's gonna let you put it into whatever mode you're gonna use. We're gonna get into what's in this dock in a second, because that's gonna kind of determine where you're gonna put this switch. But this thing works for Switch, it works for Android, iOS, PC. You can really use it on just about anything. The rumble motors inside are really nice. It does have 6-axis gyro. You can adjust all of this type of stuff, including, like I said, the sticks, the button mapping, anything to do with these triggers up here. You can change all of that in their app. Their app is really, really nice. There's a lot to go over with that, so that's something you're gonna just have to check out for yourself. But there is another thing about this controller I have to show you, and it kind of deals with the app as well, but we're gonna have to jump over to the dock first. It comes with a USB-C cable. You can plug the USB-C cable into this, plug it into your Switch dock. This thing will charge. Oh my God. This will charge. It's got a little light bar on the bottom that indicates that it's charging. It's really nice that they put this in the package with everything. But if you look here on the bottom, there's a rubber foot, which is also very nice, but there's a little door here. Now you can open this door. There's some stuff on this door I'm gonna show you in a second, but inside of here, there's a 2.4 gigahertz USB-C dongle. You can plug that into a PC, or you can leave it plugged in right here. And this cable will use that. So you can plug into your PC using this as the adapter, so you're still gonna get the charger. It's just one cable instead of two. You're gonna be able to charge and run it straight to a PC through that, which is very, very cool. But there's another little secret with this dock. On the bottom here, it's got this little magnetized area right here, and it's got another set of buttons here. Now, these are like the Famicom style buttons. They don't have anything on them. They're just the colors. We got the red, green, blue, yellow, but that's the cool thing. They're magnetic. So these buttons right here with this little tiny suction cup, you can just put it on there and pop the buttons out. They stay in very well. It's not something you're gonna have to worry about falling out while you're playing. You know, you can hit it against stuff, they don't fall out, which is super cool. But I wanna come back to the app and the mapping of the buttons. Now, you can map, let's just say A to B, B to A, and then you can go in here and you can take these buttons out and switch them around. So they're actually gonna say what they're supposed to say on the controller itself, which is nice. But that also means you can make, you know, X and change. You can do anything you want with these 4 face buttons and make them, you know, still say what they actually are on the controller. I think that is a really cool idea. I was a little worried about the buttons being magnetic. They stay in very well. They're kind of hard to get out unless you do have the little suction cup. You can get them out if you try really hard, but they're not gonna fall out while you're playing. I was a little concerned about that. Not gonna be a problem whatsoever. The triggers up here, the R2 and the L2 are Hall effect. So you're getting a lot of really nice features in this controller. A really nice build. Everything 8BitDo makes it. I mean, that's what really matters about this. Does it feel good when you use it? I can tell you this controller, especially if you like the symmetrical stick design, more like the PlayStation stuff other than the Xbox design, kind of like this, you're gonna love this. This is really, really comfortable. The grips are the perfect size. Everything just feels great. This is missing one thing that the 2 had, which it's kind of a bummer, but it's not a really big deal to me. I see why they did it. They had to add these little triggers in so you could put the stoppers in for the buttons. The old one used to have the battery door here. So you could take the battery out if you needed to. Let's say you're in a pinch and the battery goes dead and you don't have a cable, but you happen to have some batteries, some AA batteries, you could put the batteries in there and use it with that, or just get a new battery, replace the battery. I'm not sure if you can replace the battery in this if you open it up, but you know, it's a lot more of a hassle now that it doesn't have a battery door there. That is kind of a con. I don't mind it all that much, but I can see why some people would want that to still be in there. Other than that little thing, there's not a lot to complain about with this controller. It is very comfortable. If you don't like the GameCube purple, that's okay. It does come in basically 2 other colors of gray. One of them is based on a Game Boy, so it's got those like deep red burgundy buttons, and it's gonna have the deep red burgundy little ball top sticks. And then there's one that's kind of like an old school PlayStation. It's got ball top sticks too. I think those are like bright red. I'm not sure what color they are. It's kind of like the design of the original PlayStation controller. It reminds you of something like that. Then obviously you've got the GameCube one here. You know, I just wanna say this. I like the way this controller looks. I like the purple. Really like it a lot, but like, do we have to do everything GameCube themed just because it's purple? Can we not just have a purple controller and then maybe just put like some yellow buttons on it to make it, you know, bright and cool looking? I don't mind all the GameCube stuff, but I feel like every single thing that's purple has to be GameCube themed for some reason. I'm fine with it, I guess. I just feel like we should move past it and do some just regular purple things. But I want to know what you guys think about this controller down in the comments below. Is there anything I missed? I feel like I might have missed something. If I did, put it down there. If you have any other questions, leave those down there as well. We've been doing a lot of grips on this channel. I gotta move into some controllers, guys. I got controllers stacking up. I got this one I haven't even looked at. We got more upstairs that I'm testing. We've got more cases. We've got all kinds of other stuff coming up. We're just getting into the Switch 2 stuff. I'm really excited about all this. But again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. That is gonna do it for this one, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like. Make sure you are subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.